All right, welcome one and welcome all to a replay cast. Anybody wondering what's up with this? I have been working really hard to establish the BaseTradeTV Patreon, and more to the point, make sure that the YouTube channel's got some stuff rocking and rolling for it. And one of the rewards on the Patreon is to once a month cast your replay. Now, of course, if you guys want to do me a good solid, go to Patreon. Whoops, patreon.com. I can't type it all, /BaseTradeTV. Or if you're watching on Twitch, you can type Patreon in the chat. Boy, I can't speak. This was a mistake to do. At any rate, as little as $1 a month goes a long way to helping us sustain things like supporting our YouTube channel. Any money that flows over the YouTube costs of maintaining that will, of course, go towards events and tournaments, and you'll get more content, more bang for your buck. So if you want access to replays, you can get them through Patreon for $1 less than paying on Twitch. If you want other cool benefits and other cool perks, be sure to check out things like Discord and check all that good stuff out. But anyways, this is our player here in the bottom right, our good old patron himself. He's done a bit of a gas steal. In the bottom, we have the red Protoss, Hurtone. And I really appreciate that he took the time to let me know how to pronounce his name in case I was going to mess this up, because that's what I'm quite well known for. To the upper left, we have his opponent, the blue Protoss, Korgor. Now, I'd love to start talking a big game about his MMR or maybe even like what his rankings look like, but this was played on an older patch of the game. Nothing too crazy old. It's just like we recently this week had the update for Season 3 and the new maps, so it changed a lot of stuff around. So I can't actually view any of that information, unfortunately, from what I have available to me. But some weird shenanigans are like going down here, and I gotta imagine this isn't like crazy high league stuff, because a defensive cannon is placed down, a ninja base is taken. If you missed the chat here, because I don't remember if this got caught at the start of the video, I'm guessing Hurt1 was random because he says he's Protoss to his opponent. So, I mean, between that and the gas steal, there's just, I could only describe this as silly. Now, that's not a bad thing, but it is just objectively silly. About every weird thing you could do is being done. And in fact, Korgor pays him back by gas stealing. Hurt1 then puts a cannon in his mineral line. Oh. It's the first gateway coming down. This is all kinds of stupid, but don't get me wrong, Hurt1, I'm down for it, man. They'll never tear us apart. I don't know what that's in reference to, but he's gonna kill that assimilator here with the gas, or with the cannon, which will be nice. Now, it's a little awkward because if this is a lower league, scouting information means very different things than if it's at a higher league. And, well, frankly, I think for Korgor here, even if he were to scout the natural base and see no nexus, I don't know if that means he'd know what to do about it. Again, I'm not trying to downplay or smack talk either of these players. It's the facts. If this ends up being something where these guys are closer to platinum or gold, scouting information is very different than if you're masters type thing. But quick note, I do love the probes. These are the scrapper probes, like little mini death wings from World of Warcraft. I love the skin quite a bit, actually. But okay, now I'm getting into, we're definitely in lower league territory, or this guy's smurfing / trolling, because that's a second nexus. Wants to build more probes, have an extra chrono boost. I have zero clue what this is about. More cannons coming down. I mean, I guess he's really scared of something coming his way. Korgor, let's keep an eye on what Korgor is doing, because it looks a little bit more normalized, right? We got the Immortal coming out, so it's gonna be some alright damage to bust down cannons. He's got his own natural nexus, but granted, this is a normal nexus, not something beautiful, juicy like a gold base. The one that really makes me go like question mark, by the way, is to do the second nexus because you want more probes. I can kind of get down for that. It's a bad idea, but I understand it. However, this is a base that requires less saturation than normal. It's a gold mineral base. You don't need 18 workers. You don't need 16 workers. You only need 12 workers. Plus gases, I suppose. Like, I don't... I'm just gonna pretend this is for a third chrono boost and say time is of the essence. Rifkin's messing up names. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, at-home dad gamer, you're not even sub to us anymore. You can't talk about this. You're dead to me. But actually, I realize this is actually a Patreon cast, and it's being done for YouTube, so maybe I shouldn't do my typical Twitch stuff. I don't know. Hurt1, do me a favor. When you watch this back later, give me your feedback, man. I'd love to hear it. It is the first time, like in all of the stuff I've done with BaseTradeTV, this is the first time I've done like a replay cast for a Patreon support type thing. But oh man, another Nexus coming down here. He's taking his third. Like, I guess cannons are okay. They'll buy you some time. But the funny thing I kind of look at for this, right? I love that he blocks off the middle of the map. This forces Korgor to go around the long sides. But by taking these extra bases, let's say Korgor breaks through the natural base. The Immortal's too strong. There's no stopping it. Well, okay, what's he gonna do? Lose the main? Okay, then you recall all the probes to one of these other several Nexus that are being placed down at the moment. I'm not sure what Hurtone's tactics or plans are for this. I do like what Korgor's doing though. Nice lift up on the Warp Prism as he goes around outside of the cannons. Okay, he's been spotted and chased. And I thought that was an overreaction of probes until you realize that he just has so many that he can pull them kind of like this. I want to make this perfectly crystal clear to anyone watching this, though. Do not mimic this build. I'm going to assume Hurtone is trying to show off a little bit. Don't follow in his footsteps. This isn't how you win StarCraft. But what is amazing is just how good these probes are being against the Stalkers. Now we have, oh, another Nexus and another Nexus and another Nexus. What on earth is happening this game? So when someone sends you a replay, typically you by default assume it's a game they've won on account of the fact that they sent you the replay. I am starting to very suspiciously think our troll fan base actually took the time to just send me a replay where he just built a ton of Nexus and thus a ton of probes all around the map. My brain's so itchy and it hurts watching this. He's going for a Stargate. He's going for a Twilight Council. He's trying to get his tech buildings down before he loses everything. That's a smart move, but the reality is he was mining off of one gas, so he doesn't have like a really big gas bank. He doesn't have these other gases up and running yet. He's got one. Like, whatever he wants to build, he's not going to be able to afford much of. I mean, there's even full energy on this Nexus. I'm so confused. Is he in a long-distance mine? Oh, he's transferring. Okay. Oh, Hurtone, you're making my brain hurt. I understand the name now. I look at this, just like GG, he has no clue. Oh my god, that's right, he has no idea about these stupid bases. There's even a probe down here set up to take a Nexus in the bottom left. But he's gone for a probe. Back up. What? He's pulled the probes to attack. I thought he was going to mine off of this base. He's going to kill the probe line. There's no reaction from Korgor. What? How? What? He just killed the 17. Well, I guess he even surrounded the Zealots now. All right, well, maybe this is why we got all the Nexus then. This is his army producer. Forget about anything else. Nothing else matters, guys. It's all about the probes. We're going to have a purely probe game at this point. Dark Shrine finishes up in a moment, but, this cannon's coming down at the top of the ramp. He's really scared of this. Oh, my God. He's actually, by having walled himself into the main, he's going to give up the Nexus. Oh, my God. Guys, if this kills the Nexus, I don't even want to watch StarCraft anymore. This is like a probes only challenge or something. You lost a bet. I don't know, but you know what? I do know is that this Nexus is gonna die. The full surround is too good. The Stalkers are like, why aren't you dead yet? You should have been revealed. Your base should have been exposed. You should have just lost this game. But for Korgor, again, he hasn't scouted any of these additional bases that have been taken. I think DTs will be really good in this situation because there's no detection, so the Stalkers can't actually auto-win. He's killing the gateways too. This guy's savage. He's not done. He's not done. He wants more. He's bloodthirsty. All right, gold base over here gets canceled. I'm falling into the rhythm now. I'm picking up what you're laying down here, Hurtone. All right, I see what you're doing. At least at the start of the game. I really don't know where we go from here. Even Korgor is just kind of like LOL. He sees like 6 Nexus or 5 Nexus. I mean, I'd LOL too. Like, what else do you do in that situation? But Not realizing there's so many DTs. He goes to kill the pylon that was supposed to depower all of these buildings, but gets trapped and loses all the stalkers. And like, let's rewind time for a second here. Korgor is actually not in a very good spot coming out of this because the probes killed the Nexus. He doesn't, once these minerals in the main mine out, he doesn't have somewhere else to transfer to. He doesn't have somewhere else to start mining from. In this really terrible universe we live in, Hurtone's actually in a much better spot because he can still expand. I mean, Korgor does put down a Nexus now, but let's see if those DTs get over here and do something about it. By DTs, I obviously meant probes. This is everything about this game just has me going like, okay, like, okay, question mark, okay. He's trying to kill this pylon with the probes. DT's gonna chase around the stocks a little bit. He can always make an Archon too if the DTs get too low. At some point, he may even turn on the Nexus. I don't know, but cannons are gonna come down at a Korgor trying to hold on to this. I feel like we just finished casting with Lag TV, and we should have not picked up by proxy when cheese fails. But that's kind of what's happened here. Now, of course, if you guys are watching a replay, you don't get to actually see the pause. Just real quick, there was a pause, please, and then into a go. So it's smooth and seamless. But he's trying to break down the pylon at the front of his base so he can actually walk units out of here, transfer probes over, all that good stuff. Cleans this up, cannon at the front. And what can Hurtone do? Well, he's going to go for round 2 with another, how many probes? Oh my god, how many have died? 70 have died. What in the front world are we watching right now, guys? The Immortal's out. Actually, funny enough, as dumb as this is with the probes, right? Like, let's be clear, this is not a good move. Don't go emulate this build. Do not copy-paste this for ladder. However, probes are particularly alright against what's at hand. If there's a bunch of zealots and adepts, the probes get shredded. It's not even a close call of a battle. But when there's only these units typically surrounding them when they get proxied on you is the way you deal with it. And that's kind of a weird example of what we're seeing here. However, while this goes on, we got Nexus and a Nexus. So 2 more expansions coming out of Hurtone. He is only just now thought about repowering those gateways. We got a Void Ray coming out next. I talked earlier about how he didn't have gas for the longest time, and he still doesn't really have a great gas income, but he does have a pretty good gas bank from not having built anything that required gas until pretty much this Void Ray. All of his minerals, of course, have been going to cannons, and more importantly, obviously, probes. 21 probes are loaded up at this base, ready to attack at a given moment's notice. 91 probes have died total this game. And I see a lot of people ask about this in chat. If you would ever like your match cast, whether it's a good, professional, solid win, or something really dumb like this, check out our Patreon, guys. Patreon.com/BaseTradeTV. I want to be very clear, though. At the moment, maybe this changes in the future. Twitch Prime subs and all that stuff, right? At the moment, BaseTradeTV's all right where it is. I don't need you to do this Patreon, but you would help us out a lot by doing it. Again, even as little as $1 a month helps a ton. And it's just all going towards better, good, and excellent content for StarCraft 2. So if you want to keep seeing StarCraft 2 content, you don't want to see me disappear like Husky. Okay, that's a bad joke, but still, consider checking it out. I'm actually surprised he hasn't gone for Archons with a lot of these DTs, but then I'm also surprised there's like 9 Nexus in play at the 13-minute mark. So you know what? I don't know anything anymore. Forget about it. I can't believe Korgor, like, he's trying so hard to play this standard. He's trying so hard to play this properly, and Hurtone just won't respond to him. He's got probes and DTs. This is like the most dick move thing you could do. And while this goes on, he still continues to expand. He still continues to transfer his workers around the map and surround a Nexus and go for a kill. No way. There's no way he should get this. Well, they got a stalker or 2 with him, though. That's not too bad. Probes stay on the Nexus. Shields are almost gone. All right. Looks like a Void Ray did get in over here, so rest in peace, few probes of Korgor. Funny enough, while Korgor has killed almost 100 probes solid, Hurtone's done almost no economic damage. Only 24 probes die here. But with Korgor, one thing we're kind of noticing is his macro does seem to be slightly, say, lackluster. Missing some points, he's banking a lot of gas. He missed a couple of rounds of units early on, of course. Focusing on the micro. Oh, he's really insisted on using the DTs. 10 have died. I need one more probe to die, though. If this game finishes and one more probe does not die, I'm going to be very upset. 99 workers is like a triggering number, but oh, there's no detection out here. Oh, that's going to be a bit of a problem. There's the observer. All right, loses a couple units for it still, but these are trades that shouldn't be happening. Like, this really shouldn't even be an option. The fact that it is, obviously, isn't the end of the world, but we got Blink coming out to aid these Dark Templar in a moment. We got another Nexus being taken down here, as if there's not enough already in this game. He's on 82 probes, folks. 82 probes. What? Into my arms? Singing? Alright, well, whatever the case may be, part of me really badly right now wants to like hit Shift O and like look at the time. Like, how long does this go on for? Is this gonna be like another 20 minutes? Is this another like 1 minute? Where does this game end? I think if this game goes on like another 10 minutes, I might take a peek. Because I'm like, did I just like lock myself into like a 3-hour long replay and not even realize it? But all right, the cannons trade out a little bit. This base might finally get shut down, but the Void Ray hits the natural base, so the Stalkers have to come back and deal with that. DT's being a pain in the ass down here to the south side. Hurtone is probe surrounding as he pulls everything off that mineral line to try and defend. And these Void Rays are not doing anything useful. If they come back and help, oh, they can kill probes. Either way, they need to be doing something other than just idling. I'm really curious what he's going to do with DT Blink. Well, prismatic alignment is a hell of a drug. You got the probes surrounding the Nexus once again. This is going to be the second Nexus to die to probes. It's looking like it. I know we should probably be keeping eyes on the Void Rays to getting some good kills, but he actually does deny the third base, and I don't think the DT actually got the last hit. Regardless, though, who got the last hit or not, some awkward micros going down over here, so the Nexus is lower than it should be, but it won't die. Why is there work for some and a pylon together? It's a real question. Oh, PvP's a hell of a drug, guys. You know, it sucks because TVT I hate so much. I really don't enjoy. I'll alt F4 out of playing type thing. But he's on 100 probes. PvP looks fun. Can I get some mirror matchups that look like this, Blizzard, please? My God. My God. Oh, no way. That Void gets out of there with 1 health. I'd be so salty. I'd be so mad. I'm gonna go finish it now with the Stalkers, though. So, though, working away at this Nexus, and keep in mind, this really is his only Nexus. His probe line's been shoved off of it. He doesn't really have any mineral patches back in the main. He's not like game over if he loses this Nexus, because he can still build with this one. But look at the money of poor Korgor. It's just non-existent. He blinks in, full surround on top of those Immortals. Goes down so quick. Probes get pulled. Oh my God. You know, when he sent this replay, by the way, it was labeled carriers. So I really thought like, oh, we're gonna go to carriers. It's blink DTs, it's probes, and everything here is getting shreked. The Stalkers don't even blink. They can't even blink away from this. When everything goes wrong, when cheese fails, whatever, this is it. I think once he finally blinks, he kills the Stalkers, and Korgor just taps out, right? Because like, what else can you do? He's out of money in the main. He can't fight back. He doesn't have the 7 Nexus. How many probes? 130 probes have died this game. Someone just remember, next time you feel bad about your game of StarCraft 2, you never lost 130 probes. Now, in fairness, he's lost 130 probes in different ways than normal people lose 130 probes. Oh man, Mass DT is just melting this buildings. It's like a wave crashing over, and GG's get called. Hurtone will be the victor. I hope you enjoyed this replay cast, man. What the front door did I just watch?